The west wind bears wine's fragrance away. The mountain wind brings glad tidings new. The breeze from afar tugs at my heart. It sings of my longing for you. A long time ago, in the wind-swept city of Mondstadt, there lived a maiden whose voice was beautiful and serene as a gentle breeze. Her love for singing was enjoyed by many, but more so by the wolf pup, Rostam. The maiden and the wolf pup share a mutual love for each other, but one that will be challenged by destiny. The maiden was adept in academics, while the wolf pup was adept in combat. But Mondstadt lacked the resources to teach what the maiden wanted to know, so she sought for Sumeru Academia for her studies. The wolf pup would not oppose her dreams and instead support them. He gave the maiden a timepiece, one that would finish a cycle by the time she would finish her studies, as a reminder of the time remaining that they would see each other again. But fate is not so kind, for on the days of their reunion, the Calamity struck. Death swept across the land, far and wide. Monsters invaded the land of Tevat. Both Sumeru and Mondstadt were in peril. The wolf pup, being a knight of honor, alongside the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, the Dragon of the Sky, and the Wind itself, fought against the hordes and the venomous dragon that threatened the City of Freedom. Meanwhile, in Sumeru, the Dendro Archon and the forest itself fight against the tide of death. But ultimately, the Dendro Archon fell. But thanks to the efforts of other heroes such as the Viridescent Venerer, Sumeru was saved still. The maiden headed back to Mondstadt in a rush. Panic and fear set. The venomous dragon would fall at last, but the sky dragon would slumber to lick his wounds in the ancient godless tower. The wolf pup's lifeblood would be spent as he would breathe his final moments. He thought, "Thank the Archon she is abroad studying, so she should be well. How I wish to hear her sing again. At least Arundel and Roland are alright. When she returns, this calamity should have blown over." Sadly, both Arundel and Roland would also fall, one way or another. And as the maiden returns from Sumeru, her worries and fears all come true. Despair and tears are what she has left, but when that is spent, rage and anger replace it. Her life was now without meaning, and she sought to use its remainder to burn away those who took her love away. Her anger grew for monsters, for the abyss, for the wind. The dandelions carry the summer wind. Autumn brings the fragrance of grain, but no wind in any season on earth shall have you gaze upon me again. She let her life burn into a liquid fire. She burned her heart and let the liquid flame of vengeance take its place. The eternal blaze of her heart would eventually burn her out, but before that, she took to the lands to set fire to monsters and demons. Though she did not harm humans, they feared her more than the monsters she slew. She would continue to burn away the monsters wherever she went, but eventually her flames would be spent. Before she burnt out though, she would meet the first of the Fatus, the Jester. He would find her burning out and would be astounded by the power of her flames. "You astound me. You have but a human body, and yet you carry such a power within you. You claim that you have no tears left to cry, no blood left to shed. But surely this is because you have filled yourself with fire. Though your body has long been covered in scars, fierce flames are all that now may flow, like molten iron, from your eyes and your wounds. But we appear to have gotten off topic. The reason I followed the trail of smoke and tracked you down is that I wish to strike a deal with you. Let the flames that now devour you be extinguished by the grace of Her Majesty. What say you? The Fatuus would show her a pure, spotless, everlasting realm, one that can only be seen in the horizon, one in the dreams of Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. The flame of life had all but died in her, but glacial ice was passed onto her by the use of a delusion. Let glacial ice take the place of my erased past and extinguish these undying flames. Let the darkness of corruption, the pain of the world, and the humans, beasts, and the sin they carry all be purified by silent ice. But the pure white flames of her love continued to burn within her heart. We share the same goal, you, your Tsaritsa, and I. Cleanse the sources of distortion in this world, short-sighted, ignorant gods, and the darkness and corruption of the abyss. Good. I will do whatever it takes to become an effective instrument in the advancement of our common cause. For even if I dress in pure white from head to toe, the ashes of the dead that have long left their stain on every inch of my being can never be cleansed. From this point forward, she was no longer the maiden, but now Signora, the 8th Harbinger of the Fatu. She carried out the will of the Tsaritsa, all to further her goal of a stainless future. She would continue this role until her demise at the hand of the Traveler and the Electro Archon. Even as she released her true power, the everlasting flames of her vengeance was not enough to overcome her fate. But now, fate has caught up with her. But before she fell, she once again, after so many years, recalled the face of the person she could never meet again, the one who forever burns in her heart as a pure white flame. I had a long, long dream. I dreamed that you and I met again in the pure white world that we created. But I woke up at last, having long been consumed by the raging flames, while you had long returned to the earth along with that poisoned blood.